everybody, welcome to today's video. We are looking at Overwatch 2 since that released yesterday, and while a little bit of a rocky start and most likely you're still in queue, I was able to get in, so I was doing a little bit of testing here, not too much since it kicks me out of the game if I tried to restart the game, doing other different methods of quality settings. So today we're only going to be looking at high on 1440p, but that can easily be scaled into what you would be doing for your application, and I'll give you all the stats on my computer when we get into the benchmarks. All right, so here's the video panel we'll be looking at today. If you played original Overwatch, all your settings should be saved for the most part. At least that's what I'm kind of seeing on my end. It's a pretty easy setup. The only problem with testing it right now is with all the server queues and crashes and errors and all this other stuff. I can't actually restart without going back into queue and probably breaking the game and not being able to get in and test things. So for now, we're only going to be testing today by just changing potential resolution, if that'll allow me to do so, and then keeping everything on graphics quality high, as we can see here. But first off, going into the video settings, I'll be playing on full screen, which you should probably be doing if you want to get the best FPS, and then setting your resolution to your monitor resolution and the refresh rate for the monitor, which in my case is 144. I have a maximum frame rate of, well, it should be 144, and we'll save that there. I also, at the bottom here, have NVIDIA Reflex checked. That's pretty much the low latency ability that RTX cards provide, which is really good, and it helps a lot in game. And then going into the graphics quality, like I said, I pretty much have everything on high. I forget that Overwatch has like ultra and epic modes as well, so high is that perfect medium ground, and the game still looks pretty decent for what it is. The only thing I am noticing is the potential like texture quality is a little low. You may want to set a different in-game resolution for your render scale if it looks a little blurry to you. I feel like this game naturally looks blurry at just normal in-game resolution of 100%. So you may want to take that up to like 115, 120, but you will see performance decreases. But yeah, let's just jump into the benchmarks and go over those real quick. All right, so here's a few of the benchmarks I was able to do. And I just wanted to note that my computer specs are a Ryzen 9 5900X. I have 32 gigs of DDR4, 3200 megahertz RAM. And then for my GPU is an RTX 2070 Super. So I've got a pretty decent build. I also normally just play on 1440p. So these first two benchmarks here are 1440p, and all of the 1440p benchmarks I was able to get around 130 FPS on all the high settings as we showed before. So honestly, that's not too bad in reality. You can just kind of mix and match different settings that you may want on or off, and then of course scale your resolution to make it a little more crisp if you wanted to. Again, that's going to drop a little bit of FPS, so you may want to drop some of the settings to a little bit lower to get that little more sharpness out of the game. And then to throw it in, I just wanted to lower my resolution down to 1080p just to get a general idea if anyone out there was playing 1080p, which I would probably presume most of the people who are playing this are, just to get the max FPS out of it. Don't really pay attention to these lows. I accidentally had to exit the game really quick, so it kind of just busted those. But it averaged around 184 FPS, which I honestly think was actually pretty good, and 240 was my maximum frame rate on high. Again, you can easily make this run at a 144 hertz or 240 hertz, whatever you're playing on your monitor refresh rate. So I think this game is running pretty smooth. I mean, just make sure all your drivers are updated if you're having some issues. All right, so hopefully in the future I'll have more time to go in depth, and hopefully no more queue issues and all this other crap that's going on with Blizzard. Honestly expected this, so it's just kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. So if you're interested in more performance benchmarks and graphical update settings, stuff like that, just make sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video and leave a comment on what you think of the game so far, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.